favorite Will Smith song? Party in the city where the heat is on all night on the beach to the break of dawn. Listen, I'm from Miami.
That's a
I was
good one.
born in Miami, lived there 5 years. After that, Haiti, and then once I came to the States in '04, been in Jersey for 22 years. But if I go back to Miami, I'm playing that song. Especially when you driving downtown beautiful Miami with all them beautiful women. I mean, the hot mommies and everybody like that. Listen, Will Smith, he gets a lot of flack because again of the soft, but in the '80s, let's not forget some of them cool songs he and DJ Jazzy Jeff did. We can't forget that. Of course, we can't forget "Summertime." Parents just
Mhm.
don't understand. One of my other underrated songs, though, from Will, I think I could beat Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I like that too. That was a good one. Um, yeah. Look, man, Will Smith did it his way, bro. He was the first ever crossover star, and guys was able to follow suit of that. He was one of the first rappers in order to get his own show, and then you saw a lot of guys follow suit. You saw LL Cool J was able to get in the house because of it. You know, you saw a lot of other rappers on sitcoms because of that. Back when it was popular, back when hip hop was at its peak. And he did it differently, man. So, hey, people can call it soft now, but look, when you box office in rapping and the movies, I never forget, I think it was TK Kirkland who said this. He said people used to actually, when Will Smith would come out with movies, they would actually move their release date so they wouldn't be in competition with Will Smith. That's how good of an actor that he was, that he still is. So yeah, man. I'll say this. Going to Miami, Wild Wild West,
Mm.
him, Kumo D, and Cisco. That one was good. Um, Look, I love the Man in Black song, man. The Ray Bans and the black suits. I definitely had a pair of Ray Bans, and I definitely wore my black suit when when that came out, man. I definitely wore my Ray Bans and wore my black suit when that came out, man. And look, Will Smith was a crossover superstar, man. He was able to do a lot of great things, and I think he summed it up in pretty much a nutshell at his VMA speech at, I think it was the 1999 Video Music Awards at MTV. Rest in peace to MTV, by the way. And he said this. He said, "I never kill anybody in my records. You never see anybody die in my records. I don't have to curse in my records. And I still managed to find myself up here. So to all of you who support me, thank you." Now, of course, that sparked a certain person to say, Will Smith don't got to cuss in his rap to sell records.
So I
So,
do. So F him
you know,
and
if you
you
too,
too.
but that just goes to show you how versatile that you could be. You didn't have to go out and be a gangster. You didn't have to go out and just be, a gangster rap. And he was succeeding in the era of gangster rap, not just in the 80s, in the 90s, when gangster rap was at its peak. He was succeeding in
Him
movies.
and Hammer.
Yeah, him and Hammer. So yeah, that just goes to show and that showed everybody. I never forget my dad used to use him as an example. You ain't gotta be gangster. And keep in mind, Will Smith is from West Philly. He is from West Philly. So, his story could have been different or the same as many other ones. But, it was good to see that crossover star who was who did it differently than everybody else. Who you could listen to a record with your grandmother in the car. I mean, I think the worst lyric I ever heard him say, I think the most like gangster lyric I ever heard him say was on the Wild Wild West. He said, "You don't want to catch my hand where my hip be at." So that was probably the most. And some people even brazed across it just because he was just that good. So hey, Hey, look. Now people gonna give Will Smith a lot of flack because of a lot of things, but man, Will Smith is that dude, man. When you that dude, one mistake does not define you, man. You know, even if you do go up and pimp slap somebody.
He rocked Chris Rock.
You know, hey man, don't make me put that Will Smith on you now.
Well, that's because for obvious reasons, but we won't go there.
Yeah, I know.
Go ahead, BRF.
All right. I mean, when I was younger, like before I really got into the harder hip hop, Will like growing up when I was younger, Will Smith was my guy. Before I got into like the really hard hip hop, like Will Smith was my guy. Like my all time favorite Will Smith track is "Summertime." That's my number one all time. Like just if I create a playlist and I want that song numero uno on top of the playlist is "Summertime." That's my all time favorite Will Smith track. But I mean, hell, the theme song to the show, for that matter, Fresh Prince of Bel Air, the theme song for the show. I mean, good gracious, we bro, that song, that show, come on, we still rap that jingle. That's how good that song was back in the day. Um, gosh, what else? Getting jiggy with it. Um, yeah, the Men in Black song is like one of my favorite like movie soundtrack records ever. Wild Wild West is up there too. Switch, like when he tried to make the comeback like in the 2000 Switch, that's a really good song. But yeah, and of course Miami was a great song. Just Cruising, that let me tell you something, I love Just Cruising growing back in the day. That was a really good song. um what else,
Just the two of us.
just yes, that's a good one. Just the
Yeah,
two of
man.
us is
Shout
a
out to
good
all
one.
the fathers out there.
Yeah,
Just
shout out
like
to
you.
Oh, right. I appreciate it, man. Shout out to Will and shout out to Jaden. Like that was just yeah, that was a really good song. But but yeah, man, Will Smith is just like he's just one of these guys that yeah, we he doesn't deserve to just be like to have that one image of him slapping Chris Rock like really determine his outlook for the rest of his life, as good as he was, really as good as he still is. And like I know DC hit the comment about like the freestyle he had, but let me tell you something. Some of his freestyles that he has put out have actually been really good. Like some of his new age freestyles have actually been really good. So he can still do it. Um, but yeah, but one favorite song of all time. If I'm riding in the car and I will blast "Summertime" until my speakers explode. That is still one of the great summer party records ever. Like it don't matter who you hanging around. You play "Summertime," you gonna dance. You're gonna dance. So yeah, shout out to Will Smith, just icon, legend of his time, and yeah, he still deserved to get his flowers.
Absolutely.